welcome all of you for today's Srimad Bhagavatam session. Let us begin with prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Creation, Chapter 3, Krishna is the source of all incarnations, Text 28. Ete cham shakala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Rudayanti Yuge Yuge. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Suta Goswami continued, all of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord, but Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the thieves. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In this particular stanza, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, is distinguished from other incarnations. He is counted amongst the avatars or incarnations because out of his causeless mercy, the Lord descends from his transcendental abode. Avatara means one who descends. All the incarnations of the Lord, including the Lord himself, descend on the different planets of the material world, as also in different species of life to fulfill particular missions. Sometimes he comes himself, and sometimes his different plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions or his differentiated portions directly or indirectly empowered by him descend on this material world to execute certain specific functions. Originally, the Lord is full of all opulences, all prowess, all fames, all beauties, all knowledge, and all renunciations. When they are partly manifested through the plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions, it should be noted that certain manifestations of his different powers are required for those particular functions. When in the room small electric bulbs are displayed, it does not mean that the electric powerhouse is limited by the small bulbs. The same powerhouse can supply power to operate large-scale industrial dynamos with greater volts. Similarly, the incarnations of the Lord display limited powers because so much power is needed at that particular time. For example, Lord Parashurama and Lord Narasimha displayed unusual opulence by killing the disobedient Kshatriyas 21 times and killing the greatly powerful atheist Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was so powerful that even the demigods in other planets would tremble simply by the unfavorable raising of his eyebrow. The demigods in the higher level of material existence many times excel the most well-to-do human beings in duration of life, beauty, wealth, paraphernalia, and in all other respects. Still, they were afraid of Hiranyakashipu. Thus, we can simply imagine how powerful Hiranyakashipu was in this material world. But even Hiranyakashipu was cut into small pieces by the nails of Lord Narasimha. This means that anyone materially powerful, cannot stand the strength of the Lord's nails. Similarly, Jamadagnya displayed the Lord's power to kill all the disobedient kings powerfully situated in their respective states. The Lord's empowered incarnation Narada and plenary incarnation Varaha, as well as indirectly empowered Lord Buddha, created faith in the mass of people. And Dhanvantari, the incarnations of Rama and Dhanvantari displayed his fame, and Balarama, Mohini, and Vamana exhibited his beauty. Dattatreya, Matsya, Kumaras, and Kapila exhibited his transcendental knowledge. Nara and Narayana Rishis exhibited his renunciation. So, all the different incarnations of the Lord, indirectly or directly, manifested different features, but Lord Krishna, the primeval Lord, exhibited the complete features of Godhead, and thus it is confirmed that He is the source of all other incarnations. And the most extraordinary feature exhibited by Lord Sri Krishna was his internal energetic manifestation of his pastimes with the cowherd girls. His pastimes with the gopis are all displays of transcendental existence, bliss, and knowledge, although these are manifested apparently as sex love. The specific attraction of his pastimes with the gopis should never be misunderstood. The Bhagavatam relates these transcendental pastimes in the 10th canto. And in order to reach the position to understand the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, the Bhagavatam promotes the student gradually in 9 other cantos. According to Srila Jiva Goswami's statement, in accordance with authoritative sources, Lord Krishna is the source of all other incarnations. It is not that Lord Krishna has any source of incarnation. All the symptoms of the Supreme Truth in full are present in the person of Lord Sri Krishna. And in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord emphatically declares that there is no truth greater than or equal to Himself. In this stanza, the word Swayam is particularly mentioned to confirm that Lord Krishna has no other source other than Himself. Although in other places the incarnations are described as Bhagavan because of their specific functions, nowhere are they declared to be the Supreme Personality. In this stanza, the word Swayam signifies the supremacy as the Samam Bonam. The Samam Bonam Krishna is one without a second. He himself has expanded himself in various parts, portions, and particles as Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha, Tadekatma, Prabhava, Vaibhava, Vilasa, Avatara, Avesha, and Jivas, all provided with innumerable energies, just suitable to the respective persons and personalities. Learned scholars in transcendental subjects have carefully analyzed the Samam Bonam Krishna to have 64 principal attributes. All the expansions or categories of the Lord possess only some percentages of these attributes. But Lord Sri Krishna is the possessor of the attributes cent%. And his personal expansions, such as Swayam Prakasha, Tadekatma, up to the categories of the avatars, who are all Vishnu Tattvas, possess up to 93% of these transcendental attributes. Lord Shiva, who is neither Avatara nor Avesha, nor in between them, possesses almost 84% of the attributes. But the jivas, or the individual living beings in different statuses of life, possess up to the limit of 78% of the attributes. In the conditioned state of material existence, the living being possesses these attributes in very minute quantity, varying in terms of the pious life of the living being. The most perfect of living beings is Brahma, the supreme administrator of one universe. He possesses 78% of the attributes in full. All other demigods have the same attributes in less quantity, whereas human beings possess the attributes in very minute quantity. The standard of perfection for a human being is to develop the attributes up to 78% in full. The living being can never possess attributes like Shiva, Vishnu, or Lord Krishna. A living being can become godly by developing the 78% transcendental attributes in fullness, but he can never become a god like Shiva, Vishnu, or Krishna. He can become a Brahma in due course. The godly living beings, who are all residents of the planets in the spiritual sky, are eternal associates of God in different spiritual planets called Haridhama and Maheshadhama. The abode of Lord Krishna above all spiritual planets is called Krishna Loka or Goloka Vrindavana, and the perfected living being, by developing 78% of the above attributes in fullness, can enter the planet of Krishna Loka after leaving the present material body. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. So in the last session, we had read this entire purport, but I thought we should read it again because there are many important points that Srila Prabhupada has mentioned in this purport. Let us try to see some of the interesting, important points mentioned in this purport. We have discussed about the shloka and the translation the last session. So we will just directly get into the purport. So this verse is talking about the position of Lord Krishna with respect to the other incarnations about whom Suta Goswami discussed before this in the same chapter. So Lord Krishna is not just one of the incarnations, but he is Bhagavan Swayam. He is the original self, same Supreme Personality of Godhead. And all other personalities mentioned, they all belong to the category of Vishnu Tattva. They are all the avatars or the incarnations of the Lord. But Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord himself. Prabhupada gives the meaning of the word avatara in this purport. Avatara means one who descends. So, avatara means one who descends. So, even though Krishna is avatari, he is the source of all other incarnations. But 5,000 years ago, out of his causeless mercy, even Lord Krishna descended from his transcendental abode to this earthly planet and he performed various leelas. Therefore, he is also called as an avatara because he descended down to this material world. But otherwise, the Lord is actually the original source of all incarnations. Another point that Prabhupada mentions is the Lord has all opulences in full. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasaha shriyaha jnana vairagyayoshchaiva shannam bhaga itingana. This is a definition of the word Bhagavan given by the great Parashara Muni in Vishnu Purana. And Prabhupada quotes this verse several times. And Prabhupada says the definition of the word Bhagavan is based on this shloka. And we all know this because many times we have heard this. The Lord is called Bhagavan because he possesses these 6 qualities, 6 opulences in full. He has supreme wealth, he has supreme power, he has supreme fame, he has supreme beauty, he has got supreme knowledge, and he also has got supreme renunciation. And because of this, he is called as Bhagavan. Now, if you examine Lord Krishna, who appeared 5,000 years ago, in the personality of Lord Krishna, in the pastimes of Lord Krishna, we can clearly see a display of all these 6 opulences in full. Right? If you actually examine each of these 6 opulences, Lord Krishna, he displayed these six opulences in full. Now, in all the other incarnations that we have discussed before, in a particular incarnation, in a single incarnation, all the six opulences are not displayed simultaneously. For example, if you take Narasimhadeva, who is also an expansion, an incarnation of the Supreme Lord, he is Vishnu Tattva. In Narasimha Avatara, we see the grand power of the Lord displayed. He is very powerful. Just by his fingernails, he was able to kill this demon Hiranyakashipu. And this Hiranyakashipu was such a tormentor, he was so powerful materially that even the great devatas were afraid of him. Such demon was effortlessly killed by Lord Narasimhadeva. So here Lord Narasimhadeva displayed that virya, the unlimited strength, isn't it? Prabhupada explains that Vamana Deva, another incarnation of the Lord, about whom we have discussed. So Vamana Deva displays his unlimited beauty. His beauty was displayed. In fact, it is described in the 8th canto of Bhagavatam. When Vamana Avatara is described, it is said, this boy, he was a small dwarf Brahmana, Vamana Deva, and he entered into the arena, sacrificial arena of Bali Maharaj. And as soon as he entered the sacrificial arena of Bali Maharaj, there was, because of his transcendental effulgence, which was emanating from his body, all the other Brahmanas who were all there, the descendants of the Bhrugu dynasty, Bhrugu Vamsha, Brahmanas, all their bodily effulgence was at once minimized because of the effulgence of Vamana Deva. So here is a description about Lord Vamana's unparalleled beauty. Right? So, in fact, there was this daughter of Bali Maharaj. This daughter of Bali Maharaj, when she sees Vamana, she becomes very attracted. She thinks, oh, such a nice boy. If I can get this boy, this kind of a boy, as my son, I will be so happy. I'll be so pleased. So, Vamana Deva's beauty attracted Bali Maharaja's daughter also. And after this whole incident, where Bali Maharaj gives 3 paces of land in charity to Vamana Deva, and Vamana Deva, he grows in size, in great, he displays his universal form. In his first 2 steps, he covers the upper and the Swargaloka and the earthly planet. And when there is no more space for the 3rd step, Bali Maharaj says, you keep your 3rd step on my head. And from this, Bali Maharaj, understands that this is Supreme Lord himself. He has come and I must surrender to him. When the daughter of Bali Maharaj sees all these things, she becomes furious at Vamana Deva. Just a few minutes before, she was attracted by his transcendental beauty. She had desired that Vamana Deva should become her son. But now, she thought that this Vamana has cheated my father and he has taken all the property of my father. And then she became furious, and within her mind she thought, if I get this kind of a son, I will poison that son. I will mix poison in my milk and I will feed him. You see? So, just a few minutes before, she was admiring the beauty of Vamana Deva. Now, when she thought that Vamana has cheated her father, she said, now if this person becomes my son, I will kill him by poisoning him. And Lord Vamana Deva was conscious. He was paying attention to both the kind of desires of this daughter of Bali Maharaj. And that is why in Krishna Avatara, when the Lord appeared as Krishna in Dwapar Yuga, this daughter of Bali Maharaj, she took birth as Putana demoness. So she came as the demoness Putana on the order of Kamsa. She had smeared her breast with hala hala visha, and she fed Lord Krishna, baby Krishna, with her poisoned milk. And Krishna sucked the breast of this demoness, and he also sucked the life air from the body of Putana. And after that, Putana was elevated to the position of Krishna's mother in the spiritual world. In this way, Krishna fulfilled both the desires of the daughter of Bali Maharaj. Hmm? Krishna fulfilled. See how Krishna is Bhavagrahi. We say Bhavagrahi Janardana. What kind of bhava we have in our heart when we approach Krishna, according to that bhava, Krishna will reciprocate with us. Krishna is very, very sensitive towards the feelings of all the living entities. So if somebody strongly feels, somebody strongly desires to serve Krishna, Krishna will definitely accept such desires, sanction such desires, and provide opportunities to serve Krishna. And on the other hand, if somebody, demons like Kamsa and others, if they strongly desire to have an animosity towards Krishna, dislike towards Krishna, that desire also is facilitated by Krishna. So therefore, Krishna is called Bhavagrahi, right? So therefore, we are all trying to become Krishna conscious, right? What is Krishna consciousness? Means favorably thinking about Krishna. We should not unfavorably think about Krishna like the demons, like Kamsa and others. We should favorably think. How to favorably think? So we should understand, Krishna, you are my eternal well-wisher. You are my eternal companion. You are seated in my heart as Paramatma. From you, knowledge, remembrance, forgetfulness come. Please always give me the intelligence to remember you. Please give me the intelligence to always choose your devotional service over everything else in this material world. In this way, if you constantly keep praying to the Lord, and when the Lord is pleased with our prayerful submission, He will surely reciprocate. And of course, the best prayer, the best way to think favorably about Krishna, as our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada has always said, is to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with great humility. We have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And what is the meaning of this chant? O Lord Krishna, O my dear Divine Mother Radharani, O Lord Krishna, O Lord Rama, please engage me in your devotional service. We should constantly keep pleading the Lord to engage us in His devotional service. So, the Lord is, from this Vamana Deva's interaction with the daughter of Bali Maharaj and fulfilling both her desires, we understand how Krishna is very, very sensitive towards our feelings and desires. And when a pure devotee desires something, the Lord will make sure that it will come true. Because Krishna always wants to glorify his pure devotees. His pure devotees know no one else than Krishna. They have dedicated their lives for Krishna. So, whenever such a pure devotee desires something strongly, then the Lord will make sure that his desire will be coming true. This is a very important thing. So, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Krishna declares in the Bhagavad Gita, declare it boldly that my devotee shall never perish. This is the kind of love that Krishna has towards his pure devotees. So we were talking about different incarnations of the Lord displaying different opulences, because those opulences are required for those particular activities for which to perform which those incarnations come to this material world. So we were talking about Narasimha Deva, who has unlimited power he displayed. Vamana Deva displayed his beauty. Lord Balarama also displayed his beauty. And Rishabha Deva, one of the incarnations of the Lord, who is discussed in the fifth canto of Bhagavatam, he displayed unlimited renunciation, detachment. Naranarayana Rishi, about whom it is also described in the 11th canto of Bhagavatam, they also displayed unlimited renunciation, detachment. So, like this, Kapila Deva, for example, Kapila Deva displayed unlimited knowledge. Hmm? So, each of these incarnations, so in Kapila Deva, you will only see the display of knowledge. You will not see the display of power or display of unlimited wealth. That you will not see. Because for that particular incarnation, to fulfill the mission of that particular incarnation, only knowledge was sufficient, was required, isn't it? So, all these are partly manifested, all these opulences are partly manifested in his different plenary portions, incarnations. But as far as Krishna is concerned, all the six opulences were completely manifested. This is a very important point we have to note. And that is why he is described as Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is Bhagavan himself. He is the original personality of Godhead. Govindam Adi Purusham. Adi, the origin of all the other expansions or incarnations of the Lord. So Prabhupada is giving one nice example, very nice example. Let me read it out again. When in the room small electric bulbs are displayed, it does not mean that the electric powerhouse is limited by the small bulbs. The same powerhouse can supply power to operate large scale industrial dynamos with greater volts. Similarly, the incarnations of the Lord display limited powers because so much power is needed at that particular time. See, very nice example, no? So if you are using an electric bulb, let's say it is 70 watt bulb. So the wattage is 70, or the voltage, it is also having certain voltage, right? 230 volts or 220 volts, like that. So uh, when you switch on the electric bulb, yes, it will work at 230 volts, 80 or 70 watts will be the candle power. But that does not mean the capacity of the generating station is only 230 volts and 70 watts. No. The same generating station, the powerhouse, can also supply power to huge, uh, bigger machines which have much bigger wattages and voltages. So Prabhupada is saying that when different incarnations of the Lord display little or limited opulences, limited powers, that doesn't mean the original personality of Godhead is also limited in that way. No. The original personality of Godhead, Krishna, he has unlimited opulences. That is the point. Right? Another point Prabhupada talks about is, uh, yes, one of the special features of Lord Krishna, which you won't see in any other incarnations. Now, in Krishna's activities or in Krishna's uh, advent to this material world, Krishna performed leelas. Such leelas were not exhibited by any other incarnation of the Lord before. Especially the leelas of Krishna which he performed in Vrindavan, especially his leelas with the gopis of Vrindavan. The gopis are the topmost devotees of the Lord, and Krishna's reciprocation of the love and devotion and surrender of these gopis, with these gopis, it is unparalleled. So Prabhupada says, this is the extraordinary feature exhibited by Lord Sri Krishna. So when you see the activities of other incarnations, like Lord Narasimha, for example, yes, Lord Narasimha displayed his unlimited power, killed the demon Hiranyakashipu. He was also affectionate towards Prahlad Maharaj. He displayed his love and affection towards Prahlad Maharaj. But that is a very, very uh, limited display of the love of Krishna that he has towards his devotees. If we want to understand and appreciate the complete loving dealings of Krishna with his devotees, of the Lord with his devotees, then we have to study the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. So the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan are the complete display of Krishna's pure love that he has towards his pure devotees. So Prabhupada says this is an extraordinary feature exhibited by Lord Krishna. What is that? His loving pastimes with the devotees in Vrindavan. This you will not get to see in any other incarnation. Therefore, Krishna, he exhibited, he gave us uh, a sneak peek into the daily Nitya Leelas that happen in Goloka Vrindavana between Krishna and his confidential devotees. In the Goloka Vrindavana, which is actually the topmost Vaikuntha planet in the spiritual world, always, constantly, Krishna displays loving affairs, loving dealings with his pure devotees. Now, we are all in the material world. How can we understand or how can we even get to know what Krishna, what kind of loving affairs or loving reciprocations Krishna exchanges with his confidential devotees in the spiritual world? We will never get to know. So to give us a hint or to give us a idea about what kind of loving affairs, pastimes Krishna exchanges with his pure devotees in the spiritual world, Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago and he performed these pastimes, especially his Vrindavan pastimes, right? So, the specific attraction of his pastimes with the gopis should never be misunderstood. So, Prabhupada is giving a warning here to us. We should not think that Krishna's pastimes with the gopis is it is a mundane loving affairs that we see in the material world between a man and a woman. They are completely on the transcendental platform. So that, as we discussed in the previous class also, carefully Vyasadeva presents it in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. In the first 9 cantos, Vyasadeva prepares us so that we understand who is Krishna, his position, and then we will be able to appreciate these loving pastimes of Krishna carefully presented in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Now, next, Prabhupada is also quoting another authoritative uh, evidence. Actually, this is presented by Srila Rupa Goswami in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami gives a list of the 64 transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna, and he quotes authoritative scriptures to show, to discuss about each of these 64 transcendental qualities. Of course, Krishna is an ocean of transcendental qualities. It's not that he has only 64, but these 64 are prominent qualities of Krishna. Krishna has unlimited qualities, but these are prominent. So, Rupa Goswami has analyzed that Lord Krishna having all of these 64 transcendental qualities. 64 out of 64. Therefore, he is called Swayam Bhagavan. Prabhupada says he is sent person Bhagavan. Whereas the Vishnu Tattvas in the Vaikuntha planets, Lord Narayana, Lord Narayana possesses 93% of these transcendental qualities. That means 60 out of 64 qualities Narayana, Vishnu Tattva they have. There are four special qualities which only Krishna has. What are those four special qualities which only Krishna has? First of all, Rupa Madhurya. His beauty is unparalleled. Second one is called Venu Madhurya. He is very expert in playing his flute, and by this he attracts everybody within the universe. Third one is Leela Madhurya. He performs wonderful pastimes which enchants everybody, which attracts everyone. And lastly, Prema Madhurya. He is always surrounded by his confidential devotees who are fully surrendered to him, who are ready to serve him in all respects. They are lovingly attracted towards him. So these are the four qualities out of 64. 60 are present in Narayana in Vaikuntha Loka, but only these four are present only in the personality of Krishna. This has been carefully shown by Rupa Goswami through evidences from various scriptures. Right? So these four qualities are exclusive to Krishna. Nobody else has these qualities. Even Narayana in Vaikuntha does not display these 64 qualities. Actually, it is a fact. For example, Leela Madhurya. Yes, all the other Narayana forms also have their Leelas, but none can actually match the sweetness of Krishna's Leelas. In Krishna's Leelas, there is not just the demonstration of his greatness or his opulence, but there is demonstration of his pure love. This you will not see in the pastimes of Narayana or Narasimha, Vamana, and all of these incarnations. So the Prema Madhurya, the sweetness of Krishna's love, that is something which is remarkable, which is unique only to Krishna. Venu Madhurya, it is only Krishna who plays his flute like a cowherd boy. He plays his flute. And the effect of Krishna's flute is discussed in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. There it is said, the effect of when Krishna plays his flute, two things happen. First is all the immovable objects in the creation, all the immovable objects like trees and mountains, they all start, vibrating. They start displaying symptoms of living creatures. And all the living entities, become stunned out of ecstasy by hearing to the flute of Krishna. It's the opposite result. Living entities, they can move, isn't it? Living entities, we all can move. So living entities become stunned. They will not be able to move when they hear the sweetness of Krishna's flute. And the non-living entities who are immovable, they become ecstatic and they start displaying symptoms of living entities. This is the effect of Krishna's transcendental flute. It is said, not only the inhabitants of the earthly planet, when Krishna plays his flute, even the residents of the upper planetary systems, the Devatas in the Swargaloka, they also become attracted to this transcendental flute sound. When Lord Shiva hears the transcendental flute played by Krishna, he becomes ecstatic and starts dancing like a mad person in ecstasy. These are all the descriptions given in the scriptures about what is the effect of Krishna's flute. Whereas in the other incarnations, you will not find that the incarnation, the Lord played some flute or some musical instrument and attracted the whole universe. No, you will not find this. If you see the deity also, Krishna's deity in the temple, he is standing in a Tribhanga position. He is curved in three places in his body, and he is also he's playing a flute. You will not see Krishna's, you know, Krishna is blessing like this to somebody. You will not see. Whereas in other devatas vigrahas, you will see their blessing, or sometimes even Lord Vishnu, Narayana, he is blessing, or he is giving abhaya hasta. This is called varada hasta, and when the hand is like this, like our Srinivas Govinda, he's called abhaya hasta, varada hasta. Like this, there are different kinds of hasta means hand. So, but you will never see Krishna is blessing. Krishna never blesses. His blessing is different. He doesn't want to give us some temporary blessings and make us settle down in this material world. His intention is to play the flute, and so that we become attracted towards him and we develop love for him, we develop longing for him, and in this way, Krishna wants to attract us, take us back to Godhead. That is why he plays his flute. Krishna plays his flute to actually attract us towards him and to take us back to Godhead. Prabhupada says there is no difference between the transcendental melody coming out of Krishna's flute and the transcendental vibration of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, because both of them have the same effect on a devotee. Just like by hearing the flute sound, the devotees, the gopis of Vrindavan, who were so ecstatic, they became ecstatic. They approached Krishna to serve him. In the same way, when a devotee nicely chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and receives that spiritual sound vibration to his heart through the channel of the ear, then the dormant attraction for Krishna within the heart, which is there right now, which is dormant, will become awakened. So we should simply chant and hear the holy names of the Lord so that our love for Krishna becomes awakened. So this is the Venu Madhurya. And then Rupa Madhurya. Krishna's beauty is unparalleled. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. The Brahma Samhita describes that Krishna's transcendental beauty is so great that even crores and crores of Kandarpa, Kamadeva's beauty, is nothing compared to Krishna's transcendental beauty. Generally, in the material world, Kamadeva is supposed to be the most attractive person. He is the most attractive person. Everybody gets attracted to Kamadeva. But in Vrindavan, Kamadeva himself came. He wanted to shoot arrows, his flower arrows on Krishna. But when he came and when he saw the transcendental beauty of Krishna, he himself became, attracted to Krishna's transcendental beauty, and he swooned, he fell down unconscious in Vrindavan. That is why Krishna is called Madana Mohana. Mohana means he attracted, he enchanted. Even Madana, Cupid, Kamadeva, got attracted to the transcendental beauty of Krishna. Now, when we talk about the beauty of, yes, other Vishnu Tattvas, they're also beautiful. Narayana, Narasimha, Vamana Deva, they're all very beautiful. But Krishna's beauty is something totally different. very sweet. In fact, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna's face is compared to a moon. His eyes are compared to moons. Hmm? So that's why he is called Krishna Chandra. Krishna Chandra means his entire beauty is as enchanting as a full moon. Hmm? In fact, in the Bhagavatam, you will find a reference in the Krishna book. It is that there's a pastime where there was a Brahmana couple living in Dwaraka, and every time the Brahmana's wife gave birth to a child, as soon as the child was born, the child would die. And this happened many times. So the Brahmana thought that our king, Dwarakadisha, Krishna, I think he is not following the principles of Dharma properly. That is why in his kingdom, untimely newborn children are dying. So he goes to Dwarakadisha, he goes to Krishna, and he says this. And at that time, Arjuna was there, and Arjuna could not tolerate the blasphemy of the Lord. So Arjuna assured the Brahmana, don't worry, next time when your wife is about to give birth to a child, you tell me, I will personally come and guard. I will make sure that no one will be able to take away your newborn baby. So when Arjuna goes there in front, he tries his best, but in spite of his trying, in front of his own eyes, the newborn baby disappears. So Arjuna became very morose, and he felt that, I don't deserve to live. So he tries to immolate himself. He tries to enter fire and give up his body. And at that time, Krishna comes and stops him. You come with me. Let us search for the children of the Brahmana. So Krishna takes Arjuna on his chariot, and the transcendental chariot of Krishna, it is described. It has 4 special horses which can actually go with a very high speed. So Krishna takes Arjuna on the chariot way beyond this material universe, and he takes them to the place where Lord Mahavishnu resides. And there both Krishna and Balaram, they see the gigantic, huge form of Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu says, actually, I had a desire to see Lord Krishna. And that is why it was me only who actually abducted, kidnapped the newborn babies of the Brahmana in Dwaraka. I only abducted, so that you both will come, and I wanted to see Lord Krishna. So from this we understand that even Lord Mahavishnu himself, who is actually an expansion of the Supreme Lord, he also is attracted to the transcendental beauty of Krishna. He wanted to have darshan of Krishna. He wanted to see Krishna. In the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, it is also described that the residents of Vaikuntha planets, they also desire to have a darshan of Lord Krishna, who is in Goloka Vrindavana. And we also see this, it is mentioned in the prayers offered by the wives of Kaliya, Nagapatnis, to Krishna in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. So there we see, they mention that Lakshmi Devi, in order to receive the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna in Vrindavan, when she heard the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, she was attracted to Krishna, and with a desire to participate in Krishna's pastimes, Lakshmi Devi gave up Vaikuntha and she came to Vrindavan and she engaged herself in extreme tapasya. That means even the goddess of fortune, who is constantly serving the lotus feet of Narayana, She desired the association of Krishna. So, from all these evidences, we understand Krishna's beauty is unparalleled. It can even Narayana, even Vishnumurti's beauty, it is less compared to Krishna's wonderful beauty, sweetness of his beauty. Another thing, so we discussed about Venu Madhurya, Krishna's playing flute, Leela Madhurya, his different pastimes. Then we also discussed about Rupa Madhurya. The last one is called Prema Madhurya. So Prema Madhurya, Krishna is always surrounded by his loving devotees, confidential devotees. In the Vaikuntha, when we see all the residents of Vaikuntha Loka, the liberated souls, and all the devatas, they're always standing with great awe and reverence in front of Lord Narayana with folded hands, with heads bowed down, and they constantly chant the Vedic mantras to glorify the Lord. That is the majestic position of Lord Narayana in Vaikuntha. Whereas in the Goloka Vrindavana, the Supreme Lord, he plays like a cowherd boy with the other cowherd boys. The other cowherd boys put their hand on the shoulder of Krishna, and Krishna enjoys that. We see that in the Krishna book. Sometimes the cowherd boys and Krishna, Balaram, they all play in the forest of Vrindavan, and the condition would be whoever loses the game, they have to carry the winner party on their back. So once when Krishna was playing, Krishna's party lost the game. Krishna, he had to carry the other cowherd boys on his back and run from one place to another place. And Krishna did this. So how? This is not possible with Narayana. In Vaikuntha, there is full of awe and reverence, isn't it? With folded hands, you cannot go and put your hand on Lord Narayana. No, that is not possible. But with Krishna, that is possible. That is why Krishna is called Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu. Krishna is an ocean of all kinds of rasas, devotional mellows. All kinds of rasas. Rasa means the loving relationship, the mellows that are exchanged between the Lord and his devotees. Primarily, there are 5 rasas, and to add more enjoyment into these 5 primary rasas, there are 7 secondary rasas. Totally, there are 12 rasas, 12 mellows that is exchanged between the Lord and his pure devotees. So the 5 primary rasas are Shanta Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Sakhya Rasa, and Madhurya Rasa. So all these 5 primary rasas, and they are mixed with the 7 secondary rasas, they enhance the pleasure of the Lord and his devotees in the spiritual world, in Goloka Vrindavana. So 5,000 years ago, when Krishna came and performed his leelas on the earthly planet, he displayed the same kind of activities, the same kind of mellow rasa exchanges that happen every day, every moment in the spiritual world. He gave a advertisement of all those things to us in the material world, to attract us towards himself, to help us develop a desire to go back to the spiritual world and to engage in his loving devotional service. So, Prema Madhurya, always Krishna will be surrounded by his devotees. You will never find any picture of Krishna where Krishna is alone. Krishna will be reciprocating with at least one bird in Vrindavan, or he will be, surrounded by the cowherd boys, or he will be with Srimati Radharani. Like this, Krishna will never be alone. That is called Prema Madhurya. So, out of the 64 transcendental qualities, these 4 qualities are exclusively present only in Krishna. And 60 out of 64 are present in Narayana, Vishnu Tattva. So that amounts to about 93 or 94%. And then Lord Shiva, he has 84% of these transcendental qualities. And Lord Brahma has 78%. 78%. So that is the highest possible for a jiva. 78% is the highest possible perfection of transcendental qualities that one can achieve for a jiva. Beyond 78, even in liberated stage, the jiva cannot attain beyond 78%. So Prabhupada is saying something very interesting here. The most perfect of living beings is Brahma, the supreme administrator of one universe. He possesses 78% of the attributes in full. All other demigods have the same attributes in less quantity, whereas human beings possess the attributes in very minute quantity. The standard of perfection for a human being is to develop the attributes up to 78% in full. It's very important. Huh? The living being can never possess attributes like Shiva, Vishnu, or Lord Krishna. A living being can become godly by developing the 78% transcendental attributes in fullness, but he can never become a god like Shiva, Vishnu, or Krishna. He can become a Brahma in due course. The godly living beings who are in all residents of the planets in the spiritual sky are eternal associates of God in different spiritual planets called Haridhama and Maheshadhama. The abode of Lord Krishna above all spiritual planets is called Krishna Loka or Goloka Vrindavana. And the perfected living being, by developing 78% of the above attributes in fullness, can enter the planet of Krishna Loka after leaving the present material body. So, what is the meaning of this? We have to develop 78% of the transcendental qualities of Krishna to become eligible to enter the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavana or Krishna Loka. So, our process of Krishna consciousness, every day, every moment, we are supposed to be in connection with Krishna. We are supposed to think about Krishna, either by chanting his holy names, or by worshipping his deity, by serving him, or by hearing about his pastimes from the Bhagavatam. In this way, there are different ways in which we can always remember Krishna, we can always associate with Krishna. The more we associate with Krishna, the faster we will be able to develop our godly qualities. Right? Whatever you think about, that becomes your consciousness. Just like we are all very conscious what we eat. We are all very conscious that we should eat healthy, hygienic food because you are what you eat. Your body becomes what you eat, isn't it? In the same way, what we feed to our mind, what we think, that is also very, very important. If we are allowing material things to influence our mind, then our consciousness will become material. Our consciousness is already polluted by Maya, by material things. Now, more if you allow, the more you take association of the three gunas. Karanam gunasangasya sadasa janma yonishu. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. What is the reason for taking birth in the material world in different species of life? The Karanam is gunasanga, association with the three gunas. And how do we associate with the three gunas? We associate with the three gunas through asatsanga, by hearing something about material personalities, their activities, or reading about it, watching some movie, hearing some movie songs, reading some materialistic novels or newspapers. These are all asat sangha, mixing with people who are materially minded, who are too much into sense enjoyment. You know, when we mix with all these kind of people and associate with these kind of literature or content, that is called guna sangha. We are associating with the three modes of material nature. So if you take guna sangha, if you indulge in guna sangha, the result is we are born again in this material world. But if you take Krishna sangha, Sat sangha, Krishna sangha, Krishna sangha is by chanting his holy names, by hearing about him, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, by associating with devotees, by serving the deities, by rendering devotional service. The more Krishna Sangha we do, what happens is our 78% of Krishna's transcendental qualities, slowly we will be able to manifest in our personality. That means we are becoming free from Guna Sangha, material contamination. And this is the eligibility for us to enter into the spiritual world. So Prabhupada is saying we have to develop these 78% of the transcendental qualities of Krishna, and then we can enter Krishna Loka or Goloka Vrindavana. So we should be very conscious. No Guna Sangha, only Krishna Sangha. Already we have done so much Guna Sangha in the past, and that is why we have this material existence and we are suffering more and more. We should be intelligent. No more Guna Sangha. Whatever effects are coming because of the past Guna Sangha, I should get rid of them. I should not do new Guna Sangha. Instead, I should have more and more Krishna Sangha, Sat Sangha. So these are some of the points in this purport. We will meet again in the next session and discuss the more shlokas in this chapter. Thank you for your wonderful time. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, विश्व गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Yeah.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.